Cross my heart. I'm telling the truth. What am I doing? I'm using the cards as a language. This is excellent practice and will condition you to not just read the cards, but to read between them as well. That's where you find the nuances. And every card has so many nuances that you're not going to learn by staring at lists of keywords. If you want to be a card reader, then you have to let the cards speak. Hey everybody, I'm Lisa Young Sutton, and today, in honor of Valentine's Day, I'd like to talk about, you guessed it, the Lenormand Heart card. So you can enjoy my heart that I created here while I talk. Okay, the heart. The heart is a positive card that represents feelings and emotions that will take the form of passion, compassion, sympathy, empathy, sensitivity, tenderness, joy, attraction, desire, romance, and all forms of love, including eros, storge, phileo, and agape. So in order to understand the many nuances of this card, we need to be able to differentiate between some terms. So first of all, what is the difference between feelings and emotions? Well, feelings are triggered by external stimuli and can be physical or mental. Emotions are internal and come from the mind or the heart, right? So feelings have to be triggered, and they are kind of fleeting, maybe like temporary. Emotions are more enduring and deeper, right? Come from within. So here's another good one. The difference between sympathy, empathy, and compassion. Sympathy is when you understand what another is feeling. Empathy is when you feel what they're feeling, but compassion is like empathy on steroids. You know, it's empathy with caring and charity added. So not only can you feel what someone's feeling, but you want to fix it. You want to help. Okay, now romance. Romance is defined as the feelings of excitement and mystery associated with all forms of love. But the verb romance or romancing refers to describing something in a way that makes it sound better than it actually is. It's where you embellish in order to, in an attempt to persuade someone to see something in a better light. So when you are romancing someone, you are trying to show them your best qualities, right? You are trying to get them to see you in a better light in a certain way. And like romancing the stone, I know it's a movie, but it was originally a jeweler's phrase, and it referred to preparing a stone for jewelry. In other words, making the stone more attractive by polishing it and cutting it in a certain way. Okay, so that's romance and romancing. Sensitivity is just heightened senses. So, you know, someone can be overly sensitive, right? So I think you can already see where I'm going with this. All of the things that this heart card can relate to. That's what we're talking about here. Now, what's the difference between joy and happiness? Because we refer to the heart card as the card of joy, whereas other cards can refer to happiness. So joy is much grander than happiness and comes right from the heart. Happiness is a reaction to something and often comes from external stimuli. So we could say that happiness is a feeling and joy is an emotion. So joy is bigger and deeper and grander. Now here's the big one, passion. Because passion is any powerful or compelling emotion or feeling. So passion can be healthy or unhealthy. I mean, it's been proven that there's a fine line between love and hate. Ask anybody who's been through a messy divorce when they now hate the person they were once in love with, right? So the heart card on its own is positive, right? And when it's surrounded with positive cards or even neutral cards, it's going to retain that very positive meaning. But it can also represent the unhealthier aspects of maybe being overly sensitive or attraction gone wrong, like fatal attraction, or being, passionate to the point of obsession, that kind of thing. So when there's unfavorable cards around the heart, you're going to get a different nuance. So you can see that the heart represents more than just love, and certainly more than just romantic love. Now, the ancient Greeks divided love into 4 categories: eros, phileo, storge, and agape. Eros is romantic love. Phileo is enjoyment, fondness, friendship, kind of like the love you'd have for a hobby. Storge is family love. It's family loyalty. And agape is that pure, unconditional love in its purest form. So just as we have a physical brain and a non-physical conscious mind, we also have a physical heart and a non-physical feeling center, which is described as our spiritual heart. And the heart card, first and foremost, refers to our spiritual heart. Now, when you're using the cards descriptively, especially in a health reading, it can certainly refer to your physical heart as well as the blood. Now, in a GT, when the heart card is near, or when it shows up in a small spread, what we know for certain is that the seeker is feeling something. Emotions have been stirred. And this can be anything from elation and joy to desire or passion, or it just may reference feelings of tenderness, warmth, attraction, forgiveness, generosity, charity. The card's position and surrounding cards, along with the context in question, will determine which one you're dealing with. Now, the surrounding cards may tell you that the heart is beating for the seeker's career or hobby or pets or children rather than romantic love. So let's look at some of the ways that surrounding cards can explain what the heart is trying to tell you by playing with some common heart phrases. So let me get this back here so we can play around with some cards. All right. You know what? First, let's look at, because I already have this laid out. So, hang on. There we go. Okay. Since I just mentioned that love and hate are so closely related, what would hate look like? Well, it would be, some combination of this. I just threw these around because they all, any combination of these, or any, particular combination of these might, if the context warrants, might lead me to believe that someone is feeling strong hate rather than love, right? So that could very well be hate. Now, the romantic love of eros, right? That's what people mostly jump to when they see the heart. They're like, oh, I'm in love, Even if they're asking about health or or work or something, they right away want to see love when they see that heart card, which is not a bad thing, but... Okay, so here, something like that could be, again, I'm filming in the morning, so the sun is beaming, and the birds are chirping, and all is right with the world. Okay, so this could be, some combination similar to this could show romantic love between two people, right? Okay, and then what else we have? Let's see. I wanted to point out too that the moon, right? A lot of people, they look at the moon, they say romance, but the moon is recognition, right? So it's seeing somebody in a certain way. It's putting your focus on someone, and it's refers to social success, being seen favorably. And it's one of the celestial cards, right? So that is why I included that for romance. That's why it is included for romance. Okay, so phileo, that just, you have to take it down a notch now, right? If you just want to describe like, just a love of hobbies or kids or pets or something. Well, kids and pets can go in several categories. But if you want to tone it down a little, you'd want cards that lighten it up a bit, right? So, making it smaller, making it lighter, love of friends, right? So you're going to see some kind of combination like that. for that type of love. Family loyalty. Of course, we have, what are our family cards? We have our house, you know, for the people who we live with, our immediate family who we live with, and then we have the extended family, right, of the lily. And then the agape, that unconditional love in its purest form. Well, I still want the card of purity in there, and I'd want to see maybe something like this for divine, right? Divine, pure love. Ooh, yeah, that would be agape. Okay, now let's play around with some heart phrases, right? Like the phrase heart of stone. Well, what does that mean, heart of stone? It's no sympathy. So I think you're all guessing already what that would be, right? The mountain, you know, heart and mountain would certainly say heart of stone, but cold heart, that could also say cold heart, but what else could say cold heart? The tower. Where's my tower? Tower. There you are. Right? So this could also say a cold heart, because towers are, that shows unevenness, that's very formal. And cold, right? Okay, so that could be a cold heart. Let's see. How about, heavy heart. Heavy heart, I would not see this as a heavy heart. And I wouldn't see the anchor with the heart as a heavy heart because of the meaning of heavy heart. Heavy heart is sadness. It's intense sadness, right? So I would have to see something like the coffin with the heart. I'd have to see like that for heavy heart, or even the cross. Where's the cross? Right? That would be a heavy heart. Okay? Now, how about faint of heart? Right? Think about faint of heart. Faint of heart is when you are lacking courage. All right, so what's the card of courage? The bear. And what would show a lack of courage? Right? That could describe faint of heart. I'm dropping cards all over the place. Okay. How about, well, to melt your heart? If your heart is melting, right? You can see something like that. If your heart is melting. Heartwarming, right? That could be heartwarming. Let's see, what else do we have? How about if you have good intentions, right? What do you call that? Your heart is in the right place. Well, there again, I would want to see the traditional child shows good intentions, right? So that shows your heart is in the right place. And of course, what's the primary card of good intentions, right? Virtue. Yep, there you go. That could be having your heart in the right place. And of course, this could be young at heart. If you're describing someone, it could be young at heart. How about from the depths of one's heart? That means that it's something so profound, right? That I would want the fish for. That, because that is the card of deepness and right, and a lot of something that's a lot of deep, profound feelings. That would mean, to me, that would be the depths of one's heart. But if you're referring to the phrase sinking heart, a sinking heart is, that would not be a sinking heart, and neither would the anchor. That would not explain that or describe that phrase, because a sinking heart is sadness. Is again, it's great sadness. So we're back to the, something like, these. That could be a sinking heart. All right. Change of heart. What do we have? I don't have to be sitting. It's easier if I stand, isn't it? Here, that could be a change of heart. How about yeah, you know what? This is a common one, right? People see this and what do they think of? Hidden feelings, secret admirer, secret love, unspoken passion, right? That's all described by that. And then, of course, we could just look at something like, how about home is where the heart is? There you go. Home is where the heart is. Now you might see something like that, and that could be a sheltered heart, keeping your heart close to home, right? Not wanting to expose it, keeping it within the four walls of your home, right? That's a sheltered heart, right? House is card of shelter. Okay, so if you have any more that you'd like to share, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to read them. But that's it for today. And whether or not you have a partner or a date to celebrate this Valentine's Day with, why not just make it a day, or how about the entire weekend, to be more attentive and caring toward yourself and your family, and let it trickle out to your friends and anyone you encounter. Don't be timid, just get out there and spread some love, okay? And I'm wishing all of you a very happy Valentine's Day. Enjoy my heart. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye.